Today's the day. It's Sunday morning, and today William is taking me to my first Eagles game. I just woke up and my face is so puffy, so we're just gonna get it moving a little bit. This is my favorite moisturizer of all time. It's called Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. I'll show it to you. This is crazy because I wouldn't normally say that I have sensitive skin, but anytime I'm breaking out, it's during a time when I'm using a different moisturizer. And anytime I'm using this moisturizer, I'm not breaking out. So I did the math, and now I really only use this moisturizer. I'll still try other ones, but even expensive ones do not do my skin the way this one does. I tried the One Skin moisturizer, which costs like $120, and it's like this size, and my skin was breaking out. And then I put this one back on and it healed literally within 2 days. And this tells me that it like boils down to my skin barrier, because this is like a ceramide squalene glacial glycoprotein situation. And it just tells me that like nothing else takes care of my barrier the way this one does. And therefore, we should be taking more care of our skin barrier. And if you break out all the time and you literally have no idea why, like you eat healthy, you get your sleep, you like cannot get it under control, before you give up or before you start doing like a prescription drug or something, try a skin barrier moisturizer and try this one. I had a girl legitimately DM me and say she struggled, I think it was eczema. She said she struggled with eczema for like 20 years and nothing helped, and she was like at her wit's end, and like her doctors couldn't figure it out and nothing helped. And then after I posted this on Instagram, she literally bought it and she was like, it changed my life within 5 days. Anyway, I'm just telling you that before we got our day started because it's sick. And then I have had this hairline problem for years now. I was ballerina growing up, and we used to do side part buns because it was like the early 2010s and like late 2000s, and that was just the thing. So we did side part buns, and I think that's where it all began, because I parted my hair here for my whole childhood as a result of that, and then I slicked it back in these like super intense like Ariana Grande level buns. It was like probably really bad for your hair and your hairline. Anyway, ever since then, I just have had this like spot in my hairline where it's completely receding. It's very thin here, and you can actually see these pieces. I went to go get my hair colored at NYC The Team a couple weeks ago, and I got the cut and color, and I was speaking to my colorist. Her name is Ray. She's amazing. Literally love her. You could go to anyone there because they're fabulous. I had Michelle Hong, the founder, do my hair the first time, my color, and then the second time I had Ray do my hair, and both of them just like absolutely ate down. So I really think everyone there is just so talented. And then Hana Chung cuts my hair. But anyway, I'm speaking to Ray right before she colored my hair, and I was like, can you just like look at this spot and tell me, is this little bit here new growth or is it breakage? And she was like, it's hard to say like just by looking at it, but she said that like one of the ways you can tell is like, see how all the ends are, I don't know if you can see because it's so bright this morning and gorgeous and sunny. Anyway, she said the ends of this piece are like together, as in they're not like fraying out from each other. It's like this is like a little lock of hair, and she said that usually signals new growth, whereas if it was breakage it would be like frizzled all over the ends. And I said to her, like, I just really need to thicken this part and like get my hairline, like, because you see on this side my hairline's fine. I want a mirror. I want my hairline to go like this on this side, but it comes back here, especially when it's in a ponytail. I hate the way I look from my left side. My whole profile, not just the hairline, but I think filling in the hairline would really help. And she said, try Revitalash, which is an eyelash growth serum. Now, I actually have a different growth serum that I've been using on my eyelashes from Amazon forever. This is my holy grail. I post it on Instagram all the time. Everyone, like, people went mad for it. I sold like 25,000 of these the first time I told people about it. It was insane. Like, that company started emailing people being like, where did you hear about us? We're freaking out. Like, we're sold out everywhere. And we sold 25,000 products. Like, what's going on? It might have been more than that. I don't know. It might have been like 250,000. It was, I'm not even exaggerating that. It was the most insane thing. And I used it as a case study for every influencer collab ever for the rest of my life. I was like, so I sold them out on every platform, and their warehouse was like struggling to fulfill orders. If you could just pay me, thanks. Anyway, so I'll link this one, which I use on my eyelashes still. And then this one I just started using. She said it's gonna take like probably 2 to 3 months for me to see a difference. But the reason I'm using it is partly because she said it worked, obviously, but partly because there's actually a product I do like called Grande Hair Enhancing Serum, and it's a dropper. This is what I use when my hair is like dirty. So like if I'm going to the gym and I'm not washing my hair and it's like a little sweaty and I just know I'm gonna wear it in a ponytail for 3 days, I'll wear this stuff because it gets your hair wet. Like it comes out in a dropper and then you squeeze it onto the spot and it gets your hair wet and then you have to like rinse your hair and like dry it off. Anyway, so I use that when my hair's dirty, but it gets your hair wet and then the hair doesn't like completely dry normally. Like it dries a little greasy. So when my hair is pretty fresh like this, I use the Revitalash because you can paint it in and it legit just doesn't even get your hair wet. Anyway, I've done a lot of telling you about my products and getting ready routine, and now I have half an hour to get ready, so I'm just gonna get to it, cut to the chase a bit. Last night was like Christmas Eve. I literally laid down on the bed and I looked over at my boyfriend and I was like, I can't sleep. Why? I can't sleep. Also, sorry, I go between calling him my boyfriend and William. I know you know who he is. I just like feel like, why would you pay attention to my life? I'm so boring. So I feel like I have to reintroduce everything every time. I'll get used to this. I'll get over it. Anyway, I looked over at William and I was like, I can't sleep. This is the best night of my life. And he was like, you need to go to sleep. It's 1:30. And I was like, totally. So we went to sleep. Today, we're going to Philadelphia. We have a train at 10:50 something. We're going to try to get to the train station at 10:30 because it's an Amtrak. You like just want to be there a minute early, get to your spot, whatever. We want to get a coffee. We're taking the train. We'll get in at like 12:15. I think right now the plan is to go to this little vintage shop that someone recommended to me in my TikTok comments, and that's why we post on TikTok, besties. Shout out to my bestie who recommended. This place is called Forbidden Clothing. It's like a vintage store. I wanted to go to this other vintage shop called John Supply, but it's like 50 minutes outside the city and we're not driving. So like that feels like it would take the whole day. And I'm really, really bummed to not go there. And they do not do online ordering and shipping. You have to go in person. It just goes so bright in here, whatever. Anyway, we're not gonna go to the one that I have like been following on Instagram, but I'm really excited to check this one out. I just kind of want like a cute baseball cap or like a long sleeve crew neck or something, just in case we go to the Super Bowl. Like I wanna wear something during the playoffs, you know? So we're gonna go there. There's a coffee shop there as well, but I think we might have a snack. Everyone's saying to go to Chickies and Pete's. I think it might be in the stadium. I'm not sure, I have to do a little research, but then we're gonna go to the stadium. William did the most insane thing. We're going on the field. This is my first NFL game, my first game of any like serious kind of football. He was so funny last night. I was in the middle of something and he was like, would it be okay if we go a little bit early? Like he sounded like he was like nervous to ask me. And he was like, if we get to go on the field before the game. And I was like, is the Pope Catholic? So we're going on the field and then we're gonna go to our seats and like have some snacks, check it out. And I'm gonna bring you guys. I checked, I'm allowed to bring a camera, thank God. And then, I don't know after that, like my friend's mom texted me, they're from Philly, and she was like, the game, you probably won't exit, the game's at 4:30, you probably won't exit the stadium until literally 8:30. So our train's at like 9:30 p.m. back to New York. So she was like, I wouldn't like make plans for after, but if you get out a little earlier than that and you have some time, you should go to Xfinity Live, which is now called Stateside Live. Everyone on the internet agrees with that. They're just like all bars and like good vibes and like the crowd. I think especially if the Eagles win, we'll check that out. If the Eagles don't win, who knows? I don't know what the vibes are gonna be, but I've heard the fans are sick. We're definitely gonna walk through the tailgate to get to our seat because everyone says the tailgate's amazing. And on that note, that's our day. It's 9:30. We're gonna try to leave here at 10 and I have to do hair, makeup, outfit. Our alarm did not go off this morning, so I'm running a little behind schedule. But I'm actually just gonna do that in private. But I might do like a fit check at some point, either before we leave or maybe even in Philly. Who knows? So I'm just gonna go get ready and I'll catch you guys in a bit. Kind of a fire drill, but I managed to get ready in 25 minutes and we're on the train. I'll show you guys my outfit when we get to Philly and just document the rest of the day. Go Birds. Where are we?
We're in Philadelphia.
Shout out to my follower who recommended Forbidden Closet. We're heading there now because it's on the way from the train station to the field. So we are going there to get some swag, or at least explore the swag. Maybe get a little bite just because I haven't eaten yet, and morning food is essential for my brain function and my mood, and no one likes it when Sam gets hungry. And then I think we're just gonna go to the field. We have to be there early, so stay tuned. Yeah, it's not. It says it's in a tragic turn of events. This place is closed, even though their Instagram and website both say they're open, and it's a Sunday game day in Philly. So, Forbidden Closet, call me.
Matter for seating.
First scrapper. Is it so good?
For the 49-yard line.
I will.
These are so good.
Yeah, it's amazing. I literally just took the cheese and this is mine now.
But the Bengals said, we don't want to run away from him because he can chase it down. Let's come right back.
I don't know about the cheese. Do you like the cheese?
Yeah.
I might try with honey mustard. Which was really good with chicken fingers. But I feel like it could be really good with this.
From Queen City as we come back here to Jacksonville. We have a change at quarterback. Brandon Allen, Cam Ward is closing the
There she is.
I guess I remember.
That's crazy. I don't think this is normal for people who are like, oh, I'd love to go see my favorite team play a football game. Are you kidding? LOL. What is going on?
They do have remote. It's very slow.
Guess who took me on the field?
to participate.
Just got home. It's 11:30. That was a like 13, 14 hour day, but it was the most fun day ever from start to finish. I kind of had no idea what to expect out of the actual game day experience, even though you guys had amazing recs for like snacks and all that, and everyone just like be prepared for like the vibes to be high did not even do it justice. Like, I'm mind blown. That was so fun. It's so crazy because usually whether my team wins really like dictates the vibes at the end of the day, but like I was just on cloud nine the whole time even though they didn't win. And I do think part of it is like we know they're going to the playoffs, so like this game was just for the second or third seed, whatever. And someone asked me if I was sad that they were resting a lot of their starting players, and the answer is just no. First of all, when we were on the field, we saw Saquon and Jalen and like all our favorite players, so no. Two, they actually played some of the guys, like Devontae Smith was on the field a bunch today. And three, we've been watching some college football leading into this, and watching Kamario Taylor like legit almost die on the field in the Mississippi State game the other day versus like Wake Forest was like gut-wrenching. And I know he's okay now and God bless, but I feel like his knee literally went the wrong direction, and all I could think about after that was like, I kind of hope Jalen doesn't play in the Jan 4th game, because he and all of them, like Saquon, they need to be okay for the playoffs. And I love them. So I was really happy just to like lay eyes on them today, and I just had the best time. We had so much fun. I'm gonna do my skincare and go to bed, but I told you guys this morning about my moisturizer that I love, and so I wanted to tell you about my face wash that I love. It's the same thing. It's called the Ultra Facial Cleanser, and I use the Ultra Facial Cream afterwards. They're both Kiehl's. I'm gonna link them both in the show notes, because I'm a podcaster, that's what it is, in the description of this video. But this is like my go-to combo. When I use this, all the makeup comes off of my face. There are very few skincare products that actually do that. This is another one, and you can actually see how much I've used this one. This is the La Roche-Posay Gentle Foaming Moisturizing Wash. Both of these products are just face washes, but they actually get the makeup all the way off my face after I wash my face. And usually what I'll do is I like wet my face, rub the product in, wash it, and then like while my face is still wet, I usually do like a tiny little second rinse with it, like a second wash. But it's not like a lot. It's a very tiny little bit of product just to like get it all away. Anyway, I'm gonna wash my face and do my skincare, and that was it. That was the best day ever. I just wanted to close up the vlog, say goodbye to you girly pops. And then my next video, I think, is going to be about my New Year's resolutions and goals and like how I set them. I will show you guys my vision board again, but I'll go through it in more detail and talk to you about like how I stay on track for like actually achieving the goals. It's a process that I do every single week. Like, I don't just like have my vision board and look at it every day. I don't just have my goals and look at them every day. Like, I create myself a different to-do list every single week with a deadline at the end of the week of all the things I need to accomplish in order to get me one step closer to achieving the goal. And so, for example, this week, tomorrow's literally the first work day of the frickin' year, and that is an absolute Sunday scariest nightmare to say out loud at 11:30 p.m. on a Sunday after the best day ever. But tomorrow morning, I'm going to like wake up. I already have my to-do list like written out of all I need to accomplish this week in order to get closer to the goals. But like the to-do list, the due date at the end of it is Friday the 10th. And so I'll just like go through that whole process with you guys, and I'll share a couple of my goals so you can see like exactly how I do it. And then I'll tell you a little bit about my vision board and like all the stuff that's on it and how I approach all of this. And I'm honestly using YouTube as like an accountability tool this year. I feel like coming on here and saying I'm gonna vlog for you guys and show you guys so much of my life. It's just like, you'll know if I did it. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're gonna be here together talking every day, and so like you're gonna know if I get guests on the podcast. You're gonna know if I like, you know, get absolutely jacked and yoked and my arms look amazing by the end of the year. Like, those are just things you're gonna be along for the ride for. So that's my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was such an insane day. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I love you. Okay, talk soon.